Hi guys, what's going on? Coach Randall Jennings here, Ground Zero Wrestling. I just wanted to make this video for anybody that missed our parent meeting last night where we went over everything for our AAU season, or at least everything for right now. So if you don't know me already, like I said, my name is Randall Jennings. I'm the head coach and the owner of Ground Zero Wrestling Club. Before we moved to our location where we're at now, which we've been in for the last 2 years, we kind of operated out of my garage on a much smaller scale. Once we moved into the location we are now on Hillsborough Boulevard at Metro Industrial, then we decided, we've got the room, let's grow. So we started an AAU club. Had about 50 kids last year in our first year. Won the Region 2 AAU Club of the Year for the year. Had a handful, I think 18 state qualifiers, and then like 13, 14 state placers. So good year overall for the first year, and now we're looking to build upon that. Our goal with the little kids, elementary school especially, is all about just keeping it fun. As we ramp up through middle school, the intensity will pick up a little bit, and then high school, it's all go from there. So our main goal is keeping it fun, making sure the kids are learning the great sport of wrestling. And there's a ton of lessons in this sport that you can learn on the mat, off the mat, that really carry with you throughout life. And that's truly my favorite part about this, and why I urge everybody to get their kids in it and try it out. We go 4 years old up through 8th grade for our AAU club. Open to boys and girls, anybody in the Coffee County or surrounding areas. It's $175 for the first kid, $125 for any additional sibling, and then the third kid on will be free. We're not going to charge anybody over $300. I feel like that's pretty crazy there. So that covers all practices from November to March. Outside of that, you will need an AAU card. I'll post that info on our band app. I'll also share our band app info here at the end of the video. That way everybody can join it. We have a new band app just for our AAU club. So that's where all of that stuff, any updates, cancellations, things like that will be posted. Practices will be Monday and Friday from 5:30 to 7 p.m. We'll also be going on Tuesdays. We'll split up on Tuesdays and do 2 separate groups. We'll go K through 3rd from 5:30 to 6:15, and 4th through 8 from 6:15 to 7:30. We feel like that'll give us some time to kind of hone in on those kids a little bit more, and really divide up and pay attention. Practices, tournament. As far as tournaments go, pretty much once we get rolling, there's options to compete every weekend. There's beginner tournaments, which are for kids with 2 years or less experience. There are developmental tournaments, which are kind of a gap, or kind of bridge the gap in between beginners and opens. They're still round robin tournaments, so everybody gets multiple matches. There's no going 0-2 and you're done. And then you have the open tournaments, which are, as they sound, open to anyone. It could be a first-year wrestler. It could be somebody that's been going since they were 4 years old. So just kind of depends what level we're at, and we'll address those things throughout the season, and we'll make sure we're talking with you, monitoring your kids and seeing what level they're at and things like that. Practices may change from time to time. I always try to support our high school kids that we have, so I'll be going to some matches in the surrounding areas. So there may be a night where we switch to a different night, things like that. I'll make sure those things are shared on the band app. As far as expectations with practice go, obviously the more you're there, the better you're going to get, okay? And the more familiar you're going to be with the way we do things. So we want the kids there as frequently as possible. Especially if you're competing, you need to be there 3 nights a week. We understand things happen. I've got a family myself. There'll be nights where I have to cancel. So if things come up, it's not the end of the world, but try to be as consistent as we can. That's really going to make a big difference in the long run. As far as attire goes, shorts, t-shirt, you can wear sweatpants and a t-shirt if you want. The only really things you need are wrestling shoes. We've got a big rack up at the gym that our kids can borrow and everything like that. Headgear, once we start competing, will be needed. Protect your ears. And then as far as gear goes, we'll have a gear store that'll be online and up here in the next couple days. I'll get that posted in our band as well. There'll be t-shirts, hoodies, sweatpants, singlets, all that good stuff. We don't require you to get anything. We'd like everybody to have something GZ to rep at the tournaments. That way everybody's kind of representing. But as far as the singlets go, you can get a GZ singlet. You can go on Amazon, get you a Hulk, Spider-Man, Iron Man, whatever they want to wear. I'm perfectly fine with. So that's gear. Tournaments, like I said, they're divided up beginner, developmental, and open. Tournaments are $15-20 a piece. That schedule will also be posted on the band, so make sure you're joining that band app. That's where everything is going to be. Most of the tournaments are within an hour's driving distance, some closer, some farther, but that's about the roundabout. And again, you can compete as much or as little as you want. It's kind of up to the kids. Some go every weekend, some pick and choose, so we're good with whatever. I do think it's good for kids to occasionally at least get out there and experience a tournament. That way we can kind of gauge the competition side of things, see if they're learning, see if they're growing, what we need to work a little bit more on, what they're doing good at, all those different things. One big thing that we always have to address in wrestling is skin issues. Impetigo, staph, ringworm, all those things. We do our best to mitigate all that. Okay, we drag the mats daily, so we're in here. We sweep before, we disinfect, we pull the mats out, we mop, we bleach, we do all that good stuff. Even with all that, things happen. Okay, we also have the defense wipes here at the gym where kids can wipe down their skin with those after practice to limit exposure and things like that. We always advise wiping down headgear, wiping down bags, making sure our shoes are disinfected weekly, knee pads, things like that. That way we're trying to mitigate it. As soon as the practice is done, get home, get in the shower, get it scrubbed off of you. Bar soap works good. Anti-dandruff shampoo is good. Anything like that. So we'll stay on top of that. If there is a spot that looks iffy or anything like that, come to me. We'll address it. We'll look at it. We'll see if we need to go to the doctor, get antibiotics, get it taken care of that way, keep you off the mat, not expose everybody and get it spread throughout the club before we know it. So we make sure we try to stay on top of those things, but we need your help. As far as practice goes, before I forget, there is a YouTube video that I made also with our warm-ups, our rolls, how we do all that stuff, our partner drills. I would really like for everybody to go over that with their kids. That way you have an idea of what we are looking for, what we expect, and then that way the kids can kind of be caught up and know what's going on. Talked about the gear store. As far as our facility, like I said, we're at 2081 Hillsborough Boulevard, Manchester, Tennessee, here at Metro Industrials Building. They are a business throughout the day from 8 to 5, so that's why we start a little bit later at 5:30. I ask that you try to, come in after 5 o'clock. That way they're not still doing business. When you come in, there'll be a sign. Make sure you park up front or to the right-hand side of the building. There's some truckers that use the left side, so they need to be able to get in and out. So we just need to keep that space open for them. As far as the facility goes, we tell everybody, make yourself at home. We want to keep shoes off the mat, again, to limit exposure to all that stuff. So if you need to go to the bathroom across the mat, please pop your shoes off, pop them back on. We always keep the fridge stocked with water, so anytime anybody wants to donate water, it's more than welcome. We also have a lot of weightlifting equipment, weightlifting, sauna, things like that. Parents are always welcome to utilize that stuff during practice if they would like to. We ask that you please keep the siblings that aren't wrestling off of it the best we can. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of stuff getting broken over time, so we just want to try to mitigate that the best possible. I think that really covers everything. If you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Again, Randall Jennings, 931-841-1984. If you are already signed up and everything, please make sure you're on the band app, keeping an eye out for all the posts about practice, tournament schedules, about our gear store, the YouTube video like I talked about with our warm-ups, all those things. So I'm really looking forward to a great season, building on what we've already started. We have a great crew of coaches, a lot of high school kids that will be popping in from time to time helping out. So going to be another great year, and looking forward to seeing everybody out. November 3rd, practices start. Again, I'll link the sign up and all the info needed. So please reach out with any questions. Thank you.